Yo, what is up YouTube? Killicam, about to be on the side of the R6, and today a no nonsense, no bullshit Yamaha R6 review. This is my bike. I love this thing. Let's get it started. I've already done a walk around on this bike. I'm gonna leave the card right there, put it in the description for you guys, so go check that out if you guys need. And don't worry about this check engine light, it's just throwing a code for my exhaust. It's code 18 for those of you that didn't know, but let's get it. Out here in Mexico on a special track. I've named this one Killicam Speedway. What type of review would it be if the person doesn't show you what the bike can actually do? That's how I want to start off this review. Let me talk to you guys. If you guys are looking for a no-nonsense 600cc sport bike that doesn't need any power modes, doesn't need traction control, doesn't have ABS, if you want a classic motorcycle, great engine, great bike. Great bike, man. Classic sport bike. Doesn't need all the fancy modes, doesn't need traction control, doesn't need wheelie control. If you want a bike that you can take off the showroom floor and take to the track, I don't know why you're still looking. I've had this bike now for 3 years. I bought it at the age of 18. I honestly wanted to build credit. And man, I can't regret anything. The bike's about to be paid off real soon. I can't be more appreciative of what this thing has taught me and how great of a bike it's been. Other than this random code I got because of my exhaust, the bike has been nothing but great to me. If you keep it maintain it regularly, throw great tires on it. I only run Michelin's on this bike. If you guys happen to get a bike, I know you can't buy these brand new anymore because the newer model is out. If you guys happen to get this bike that still has the stock tires on it, I recommend you change those as soon as possible. Do a sick burnout with them, but change those tires. Those tires are absolutely trash in the rain. I'm not even gonna lie to you about that. Absolute trash in the rain. I don't even think they lasted me. My rear one at least did not last me that long at all. So get those changed if you can. Michelin Pilot Road 4s is what I run. This review isn't just going to be me overhyping the bike just because I own it. A few negatives of this bike is the seat position. If you don't want to ride fully tucked down or somewhat aggressively tucked, you're not standing straight up like a bike that had handlebars out to here. These bars are bent in and made for the track and made for you to ride like this so you can get down into these corners. This bike in the corners will literally look you in the face and ask you if you're a pussy and say, why can't you leave me harder? This bike can thread a needle in the turns, and that's what I absolutely love about it. Another negative is the seat height. If you guys are generally shorter, I'm 6 foot, 192 pounds, and I can generally flap with this bike almost all the time, but there's some situations where it's uncomfortable, whatever. So if you guys are generally shorter, if you're shorter than me, this bike may not be for you stock. You may have to lower it. There's lowering links. That would be awesome. Get you guys on this bike. Another thing you should know if you're looking to purchase the Yamaha R6 is it gets all of its power after 8 to 10K. And this thing redlines at 16,500 RPMs. So if you're trying to start from basically nothing, unless you're revving it up to there, if you try to start, I'm literally just going to release the clutch and hit the gas whenever it's not going to stall. But watch how slow this bike starts up and watch how it shoots after 8 to 10,000. Look, it goes back down. Wait for it. That's where it's getting all of its power, is after that 8 to 10,000. So some people may not like that. I know the Honda CBR doesn't redline as high, and you get that medium power band. I know the ZX-6 also does that. So you guys have to keep that in mind. It just brings joy, man. This thing will rip if you need it to. Oh man, it's just an absolute beast of a machine. Absolute beast of a machine. You keep it maintained, this thing will not do you wrong, man. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It stays so planted in the corners. Flickable, so flickable, man. Just does it with ease. Like I said, this thing wants you to dip it down in the corners. Let it have some fun. Look how controllable this is. I wanted this to be a no-nonsense review, straight to the point. I didn't want to take too much of y'all's time. And leave it down in the comments if I missed anything. I love this bike. Was not my first bike. I do not daily ride it. A little more about me. This is my 4th riding year. And I've learned so much about this bike. I've said in another video, this bike helped me mature a lot, because with this power, you cannot just jump on this bike and just absolutely rip it thinking you're hot shit coming off a dirt bike or anything. This bike will this bike will make you respect it. I'm going to answer this question now before it's in the comments. Would I recommend this as a first bike? And I know I could talk about this for 5 minutes, but here's my strict answer. Yes, if you can control your wrist. If you can control your throttle control and you're not going to be an idiot. I was 18 years old, and you guys see how I ride now. You guys can tell I was an idiot when I was on this bike, but I had practice before. So if you can control your speed and you learn the basics first before you come out to the street and go into traffic and try to be a badass, trying to wheelie, do all that. Learn the basics first. Get on this bike and absolutely fall in love with it like you should. Oh my goodness, man. That thing just does not get old for me, man. Another thing about these bars, when you take this in a parking lot, this bike is not as easy to maneuver as if you had an upright bike and you could bend those bars every way. This bike is made to be leaned over and just absolutely loved in the turns, man. 16,000 miles into this bike, I've never had any problems with the clutch, never had any problems with the brakes. Just overall, like I said, maintenance is key to this thing. Goodness, maintain this bike, maintain every bike, and you should never have a problem, man. I've changed the air filter, do the oil changes, clean your chain, just simple stuff like that. Brake fluid, just make sure this bike can run properly and let it be the beast it wants to be, and just go enjoy it, man. Go look at this bike, go sit on this bike. Don't just be like, oh, the R6, that's the sexiest 600. Go sit on the bike, go see if it's comfortable for you. I just don't know what else would beat this bike. Another great thing about this platform stock is you can customize the piss out of this bike. Windscreen, mirrors, levers, exhaust, full exhaust, tune, power commander, halos, crash cage, stunt bike. You can literally make this thing whatever you want to, and that's the great thing about this bike, absolutely. And this motor's proven, absolutely proven. Oh my God, I almost forgot the worst negative of them all. This thing, if you hit a bump, you will rack yourself so hard on this gas tank that your future kids are gonna feel it. Like if I was to hit this pothole right here, that pothole, I wouldn't be able to have kids, and that's a fact. So if you get this bike, you're looking into this bike, be prepared to slap your nuts on this tank about 10 times every other ride. I love this bike, man. Simple as that. I'm so glad I got to do a review on it. Hopefully you guys like this video, man. To go low. It just handles it so beautifully, so easily. Just a great machine, man. I can't say enough about this bike. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, do not be alarmed on that light. It goes away, it comes and goes. It's something I have to fix with the exhaust. I know the issue, just haven't really opened it up yet, so do not be scared. I want to say thank you guys for watching. If you guys are newer and you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy. I've been pushing out videos very regularly, so you guys come check me out and just let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If I missed anything, feel free to add anything. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. And let me know what you guys think of this bike. Then y'all take it easy. Kill Cam out.